Oh!
Love it.
I'm not a big fan of this.
Shut up, Joe.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
Oh, there's the classic music.
Back to the Witcher 3 music. So, after some investigating last time, you have met up with some bound and bruised and battered adventurers in a sewer. A half-orc woman, some kind of drow, and the city investigator, Wade the Bloodcurrent, who you had been pursuing to investigate the disappearance of Peaches. So you stand now, after a bloody battle, amongst the corpses of an insectoid creature and two small, 4-foot-high, grey-skinned and masked creatures. One of which you have, a third of which you have knocked unconscious, and now stands at your feet.
oh yeah.
So Kurak and Morglath, what you see in front of you is a sorry sight. So while Wade the Bloodcurrent remains fully clothed, the Drow and Creamy, their clothes have just shredded to pieces, exposing probably a little too much flesh. They're bound up in tight rope and propped against the wall, sitting in the filth of this sewer. So what do you do?
Well.
So you're all awake now, by the way.
Everyone.
Oh, should I give myself 1 hit point?
Yeah, everyone can have 1 hit point.
Okay.
We.
Oh.
Oh, fuck, have they done to you, Creamy?
Where's your
I can't even
clothes?
remember, to be honest with you. It feels like weeks ago that this happened. I must have been knocked unconscious. It's all hazy.
What's going on here?
Who are these blokes, Creamy? One of them stinks of rats.
Well, he's a little elf, like dark elf, and he likes to eat the rats.
I'm a
Okay.
pretty big elf to you.
So you guys are still tied up, by the way.
Oh.
I think how we left it last time, Creamy had loosened most of her ropes.
Untie these lads.
Okay, I untie Wade.
Ah,
Nothing like ladies first.
Thank you very much, Kurak. You've been very good to me.
What?
Please
What
untie
happened
me.
to all your clothes?
Good to stretch the legs.
No offence, mate. Can you untie me and then I'll chat about that.
Okay, I untie Creamy.
Well, if it isn't Gigantor, I should have known you were involved in this deviant sex cult killing of Peachy.
I'm not the one
Sorry,
with the tied up half-orc, mate.
Can you please untie me as well?
And who are you?
My name's Tavaron.
Tarragon. Is that what you've been putting with the rats? Okay, I untie Tavaron.
Whoa. Monk, he's an outsider. How can you be
No
sure
one-
we can trust him?
No one should be bound.
He has no alibi. His alibi was he was eating rats.
But to be honest,
Now
who,
hold on.
He was seen in the sewers.
who would admit to eating rats? I think that's a good alibi.
He was nice. He was nice to us. He
But he
fought
did.
with us.
We were beset by insect creatures. I tried to reason with them.
How
And
did
how
that
did-
go?
How did they end up naked? Blood current.
Well, these darkling creatures, our clothes just fell off. Luckily, I've got my mail on, so it's
You've got your mail on.
it's not so bad.
I've got some common clothes that I can give out, but only one set. I hope that's not my own. I don't-
Shotgun.
I think it is your own.
I'm afraid I do not have it. I've got a water skin that you can. Or some mysterious powder. It's up to you. Or a
May
stick of
I
incense.
use your water skin for my foreskin?
My nips are rock hard. Can we move somewhere warmer?
Let's go to an inn. I need to rest and recover.
I could sing you a song.
I don't think I'll be very welcome in an inn.
At this point, Gilberto comes over and says, "What was the plan, boss?"
We need to get to an inn, I think, but we got two of the people here naked. Need to get them through the streets.
And we've also got
Take
one
off your
tied
clothes,
up.
Gilberto.
I can give you one of you my cloak.
You're too kind.
Don't give it to Creamy. She looks good enough as she is.
You're not wrong.
Thank you, Gilberto. I'll take that then.
Okay, so he gives you a long green cloak. If you want to add onto your player's character sheet, common clothes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, common clothes. If you search common clothes, and you can just drag it into your character sheet.
Have we got one of these tied up?
There's one unconscious on the floor, sort of face down in the mud, blowing bubbles out of the sort of feces.
I've touched myself.
Fantastic.
That was better. I've recovered 10 hit points.
Fantastic.
Yeah, maybe we should question this
You can
thing.
Can I do the dancing lights cantrip?
So you can, but you are next to this embers of this fire, so there is still light here. Also, you've got dark vision to like 120 foot, so you can see everything pretty well.
I was just trying to make friends, but sure.
Well, it's up to you. You can do whatever you like.
I walk over to this. What are they? These things?
darklings.
I walk over to this darkling and pick him up by the scruff of his neck.
It starts to squirm and flail its arms rapidly, and it starts speaking words at you, very quick and sort of a language you don't understand. Does anyone speak Sylvan?
No.
No.
Yeah, so it's quite a poetic language. It's lots of ups and downs. It's quite a beautiful language, although the sort of tone of the words that are coming out of this darkling's mouth seem to suggest that these are insults.
Well,
What beautiful insults.
would it talk any other language? Like I've got celestial or infernal.
You can try talking to it.
Okay, I will try talking to it in infernal language. Oh, there is a infernal translator.
You could just, of course, try talking to him in common tongue.
No, Smith Rory Half. I'm trying to say, what are you?
Okay. Just checking if they can understand common or infernal.
Oh, I've got a spell that I've just added a spell that allows me to understand languages.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Do you have to rest to be able to do that?
Yeah, you will have to
Sorry,
rest to
sorry.
do that.
Oh,
Suddenly the language,
cheers, Tom.
the language changes. It's another poetic language, and but this time longer syllables, and the pace of so the first language was quite frantic, quite up and down all the time. This is much longer, much more drawn out. The tone is exactly the same, but this time, at least Taveron understands what it is saying, speaking Elvish.
Oh, I understand that.
Yeah.
I completely understand what you say.
Put me down! Put me down! You horrible, giant, grotesque prime!
I don't understand what he's saying, so I just slap his face around a little bit.
He's asking to put him down, Gigantor.
What,
do you mean
after he
by
put
prime?
you lot down? Unconscious, I mean.
Shut up, Gigantor.
I walk over to Bloodcurrent and slap
What are
his
you gonna
face.
Whilst you're holding this
I say-
darkling in one hand.
Yeah, I walk over to Bloodcurrent and I say to him, what the fuck was that, Bloodcurrent?
Thank you for saving me, Gigantor. It's very much appreciated. I will hold my temper.
Put
Would
me
you-
down, Prime! Put me down!
Would you like me to translate?
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Well, give me something to translate then, please.
Oh, I thought you were saying what he's trying to say.
He called us Prime.
Translate this. No.
What do you mean by Prime?
It looks. Are you speaking to him in Elvish?
Yeah.
He turns to look at you.
How do you know Elvish?
I've got many skills.
He turns to look at you, still sort of like flailing his limbs, Gigantor's enormous fist around his neck. And eventually he relents, just hanging there in the air, and still looking at you, says, "This is the prime material plane, is it not?"
What?
He said, "This is the prime material plane."
What's a material plane?
There are no gods here.
This is
Which
not where I am from.
which plane are
This
you
is not
from?
where we came from. We came from the Feywild.
Where is the Feywild?
Put me down and I'll tell you.
Feywild, eh?
Put him down. He's not gonna get anywhere.
I ignore what he's saying and I start to dangle him over the fire.
It's just embers, but it's still hot in the center.
What's she saying now?
He like frantically thrusts his fists against your hand, trying desperately to get free of you, but he's just too weak. And as you lower him closer to the fire, he says, "No, please stop! I'll tell you." Of course,
That's
you don't
enough.
understand this.
He's gonna tell us.
That's enough. Gigantor.
Well played, Gigantor.
Time to put him away from the fire. Persuasion 2.
You rolled perception. That's not persuasion.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
You can just perceive that he's putting him on the fire.
No, you can't perceive anything.
I will roll a persuasion. 13.
Do you need to be persuaded, Gigantor?
Alright. I've had my fun. I just toss him in between Bloodcurrent and Tavron.
He lands heavily on the floor with a thud and slowly pulls himself off the ground. He's obviously like cut and bleeding in some places, but he doesn't look like he's on death's door. And he sort of brushes himself off.
Dave just fucking wandered off.
I'm going to the inn.
Are you gone?
I've come back. It was a dead end. Now I'm back,
Right.
really.
While this lot are fanning about, can I just go and open this chest over it?
Do you want to do it secretly?
Yes.
Or,
Very secretly.
so make us, because this is like in the middle of a conversation with like
Which you're
Or,
as
5 other people.
Everyone's-
Six
You're
other
translating it.
people. So make a sleight of hand check with disadvantage.
And then do we do perception?
8.
Passive
What's-
perception,
if
probably, wouldn't
anyone's
it
got a passive perception higher than 8, then you'll have noticed it.
be? I've got
I'm sure
11.
Gilberto did.
I think we've all noticed it.
Tavron, have you got
Yes, great
better
idea
things
to
to
look
do?
at it. What's in there?
Let's all gather around the chest.
The Darkling sort of watches this with a perplexed expression on its face.
What's in the chest,
In the
Darkling?
chest.
It's locked.
Wow. Good job I've got my thieves' tools on me.
Yep, so you can use your thieves' tools. So click on the thieves' tools.
14.
After a few moments of jimmying it, you hear a click.
What have you been storing in here, Darkling?
So inside is a bottle with a blue sort of aquamarine liquid in it, and a randomly decided treasure. Ah, okay. There is a disguise kit in it.
Oh,
Mm.
Convenient.
that's very convenient, seeing as I'm naked.
And that you want to go undetected.
And that.
Do you not already have a disguise kit?
It be in my backpack.
Yeah, it should be. I would have thought you would already have a disguise kit.
No. I've got a burglar's pack.
Okay, well, yeah, there's a disguise kit.
Lovely.
So someone should add that to their inventory.
Would anyone like this disguise kit? Call it a peace offering.
Oh, I think you need it. You're naked.
I'm stealthy. I'm stealthy enough as it is, and Gilberto gave me his lovely green cloak.
That's okay.
Give it to Peachy. She's horribly
Peachy's-
naked.
I'm
She's
called.
dead.
Peachy's dead.
So don't give it to her.
She's called Peaches. My name's Creamy. It's not hard. You're a fucking detective.
It's been a long day.
No, it hasn't. No, haven't you woke up not long ago?
After being killed.
Alright, I've taken the disguise kit after all that.
Okay. So the Darkling brushes himself off and says, "This place stinks of the prime of squalor and industry."
That's because you're in the sewer, you idiot. Why did you come to the surface? It's a very cosmopolitan and friendly town. I could have shown you around.
We
You
were
could have made it in the city
in the
if you paid your
in the
taxes.
swamps of the Fae, under the starlight, close to the moor, when suddenly a purple light filled the sky, dark whisperings, and then when we opened our eyes, we were here.
So you were transported against your wishes.
Yes, against our wishes. We don't want to be in this place. Look at what it's done to us.
Shut up, Darkling.
Why
What
did
do you
you?
Left this
What-
sewer since arriving.
What has it done to you?
Half our party is dead because of you.
You attacked my friends first.
You attacked us. You
No,
were
I
just looking for answers.
And Creamy ran in, actually.
We were afraid.
Well, I'm afraid they're all dead.
We have not left these passages since arriving. We are sensitive to sunlight, you see.
Mm.
Hmm.
When did you arrive?
He strokes his chin for a moment, thinking. He says, "One day and one night past."
Mm.
Hmm.
Did you murder a lady during the night time? Last night.
We've killed none of you primes.
Did you see anything suspicious in the surface at night time?
There is only the totem in the corridor. Fey magic. And he points towards the east as the corridor sort of fades out into darkness.
Ooh, I've just been down there.
Interesting. Well,
Darkling, do you want to come with us?
have a nice day.
You could be our job.
What will you do with me now?
You want to be put out of your misery.
I want to return home.
Well, I don't know the way to the Feywild. So, why don't you ask someone on the surface?
I will not go there.
It's green.
Will killing you get you there?
I will stay here if you will let me.
There's nothing to eat here but rats. Hope that's okay.
He pulls down his black balaclava, revealing his mouth full of needle-like teeth. And for a moment, you're like totally put off by this horrifying visage. And he says, "Rats is fine."
Well, if there's any left, I think Tavaron's just eaten them all.
Can I just fire my short bow bolt through his head?
You can do what you want.
No more rats for you.
This is excellent. We've got 2 pest controllers working the sewers for free.
Are you actually going to do that, Jimmy?
No, I'm not that harsh.
Excellent doing business with you, Darkling.
Sorry, we had to
he
kill
sort
all
of-
your
He
friends.
sort of takes a tentative step to the left, and then another, kind of waiting for you to stop him.
You can go.
And he then darts off around the
Scurry off.
corner and into the darkness.
Bloody hell, he legged it then.
Well, what did he say about this east corridor?
To have a little look.
Oh, can I use an ability
Yeah.
of my divine sense to sense things that are not good?
So
To
yeah,
sense
click.
evil.
What does it say?
I'll show you in a second. Hang on.
Okay. So as you approach the room, there are a few. In this room, there are a few like stunted plants, and sort of what first thought you thought were stunted plants. Actually, as you approach the room, you find that they are branches and twigs arranged around the room, sort of draped over the pipes entering this room. They're almost in a pattern, ascending as if they're growing up the size of the wall, but there's no light here, and these twigs have been placed here. And upon these twigs, dangling from small threads, are a variety of small bones. In the centre of the room is a pile of bones surrounded by a ring of broken seashells.
Seashells
So,
does not mean anything to anyone.
So
Could,
you don't
someone
sense
fill me
any.
in on what's been going on?
Sorry.
Could someone fill Tavaron in on what's been going on? Why are you all down in the sewer?
Is that, are you asking in game?
Why is Tavern referring to himself in
Read
third
third
person?
I didn't understand my first question.
Who is Tavron?
Me. The drow.
We're all looking for Peachy, it seems. Or Peaches, or whatever her name is.
And who is Peaches?
A murdered woman. We're looking
We're
for
not
a killer.
Might not be.
Oh, it's been a long day.
She's a friend.
Oh,
She was
God.
my family friend. She's my family, actually. I don't know why I said friend.
And why did you think to come down in the sewer?
Because you were seen near the crime scene at the night time.
Oh God, no. Don't think it was me.
You have no alibi.
Have you been out of the sewers at all?
I have been out, yes.
Killing.
Did anyone see you? Do you have anyone to back you up?
I went out to look for food and to try and find a warehouse in the Port Marin district. To try and find a guild called the Knight's Gift.
And what's that to do with you?
Did you find them?
No. So I came straight back from the sewer and had some rats.
So, Tom, you don't sense any fiends or undead, or what was the other thing? Or celestials here. And this
Okay.
area is not desecrated by some divine magic. Nonetheless, it gives you a very uncomfortable feeling.
I turn to
Something not
Tavern.
quite right about this place.
what do you want with the nice gift, Tefron? And why are you laughing?
I was just making some contacts in the city, and they seem to be a little bit more about what I'm about. Do you get what I mean?
No.
Not in the slightest.
Maybe we should continue this conversation later.
Okay.
Let's let
Anyway.
these woofers go to work.
What was that?
You heard blood current.
You are a criminal.
You are ugly.
But you did save my life, so I'll let you off.
At this point, I unzip my trousers.
What are you doing?
Waiting payment, blood current. Only joking.
Want me to chop that little thing off you? I've got my sword here.
Your flesh sword.
I can see yours.
Are you
it's
going
not
to
very
poke me
great.
with your flesh sword, blood current?
So, Gigantor, what do you do in the city?
Oh, did anyone pick up the potion of blue liquid? Put it in their inventory.
I didn't put it in my inventory, but I did pick it up.
Is it blue bottle? Or whatever that drink was called.
It's an aquamarine
bottle.
colour, yeah. But I didn't say that it was blue bottle.
How do I put it in?
You can just add something on your inventory and just write blue bottle. Call it aquamarine bottle because blue bottle is something else. Or bottle of blue liquid.
In hell.
Just don't put it in your inventory. Well, does
Wait.
this mean anything to anyone then? This pile of bones and seashells.
Can I do an investigation?
Yep.
Can we all investigate?
if you want
Everyone.
to investigate.
Let's investigate this area.
18. Oh. Critical. 22.
Oh, yes. Finally. Something good.
Oh.
Looking around. So, how are you investigating? What are you looking at?
Searching through the twigs and bones and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm drawn to this circle of skulls and
Okay.
shells.
So, Kurak, you can see that some of these bones are small animal bones, jaw bones, what would have been like the femurs and like long bones of small rodents and things like that. Others you're less certain about. There are some bones there that look like they could be finger bones, and it's very difficult to say if these are from animals or from not animals. And there are also teeth, lots of teeth hanging from the trees, and you're almost certain that some of these are at least some of these are humans' teeth.
So it's like a sacrificial kind of place.
Wade, you see, looking in the centre of the pile, that these shells are very similar to the type of shells that you saw at the crime scene. And in fact, they're broken again, similar to the crime scene. Lots of barnacles. They're older though. This doesn't look like it's been placed here a long time. You notice that there's bits of dirt and filth over the top of it. This has been here a while.
Okay. It looks like our killer has been here for a while, or was here a while ago.
So, I wonder if there's any more parts of the sewer we can investigate to see if there's any more.
Which kind of points to Taveron.
But there is rat bones, yeah.
And
There
you're
are the
saying you saw no one else down here, Tevron?
Nobody.
Did you actually venture away from the entrance?
Not one bit.
How long have you been down here?
A couple of nights.
How many entrances are there here? Do you know?
Only the one that I'm aware of. But it seems as though it's quite a big set of passages.
Oh.
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 Speaking of which, where's Creamy at? Where she is Creamy? Oh, she's back here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Creamy, did anyone actually untie you? Or have you been stuck here all this
Oh,
time?
I've just been sitting down.
Shall we keep investigating the sewers then?
Yes,
Seems
yeah.
like a good
Do
idea.
people need to have a rest?
I'm a little tired.
It might be good to come
You
back
could have
another
a short
time.
rest here, or you could try and have a long rest in the horrible sewers.
Can Creamy sing to us?
I think we should see.
Does that give you some bonus to your the hit points you regain then?
So the
Creamy
way
song,
that
I
a
mean.
short rest works is that you can spend your hit dice. Well, that's a short bow. That's not what I want. So, a short rest is a period of downtime, at least 1 hour, during which the character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, or tending to wounds. A character can spend 1 or more hit dice at the end of a short rest, up to the character's maximum number of hit dice, which is equal to the character's level. For each hit dice spent this way, the player rolls the die and adds the character's constitution modifier to it. The character regains hit points equal to the total. So if you have 2 hit die, and your Constitution modifier is +2, you'd roll, and your hit die is say a D8, you'd roll 2d8 +2, and you get that many hit points back after a short rest.
That's pretty good. Should we do that?
Yeah.
So you need to check what your hit die actually are.
Where do you do that?
So it's the
The 2 that we just did, right?
yeah.
Oh,
So I believe you have D8 hit die.
Can you just click on hit die and it does it automatically?
Maybe, yeah.
I'll try it, because I don't need any hit points, but yeah, it does.
where is hit die? Oh yeah.
It's underneath hit points, yeah.
Yeah, so you can just click on the hit die and it does 1. So if you want to spend both of your hit die,
15 points back. That was my total maximum.
so you can't go above the maximum, obviously.
Okay, so we all get that number back.
Bloody hell.
Everyone's
Crazy,
just-
it's like 2
that right?
criticals.
Click on hit die on your character sheet.
Yeah, I got 4.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So do it once more if you want to do it again.
7.
Yeah, so you get 4 + 7 hit points back.
Okay, so I'm just straight up to 10 on max.
Yep. So you should, at this point, you'll probably all need to eat something as well.
Would you lot like any rats?
Do you have any rations on you?
Yes, 10.
Yeah.
So mark a ration down. I don't think Morglath has one.
I don't have. Does anyone got any grub for Gigantor over here?
No problem, Gigantor.
As long as
Have
it's
one
not
of
rats.
No, it's just some food that I nicked the other night.
You stole?
I mean, borrowed.
So mark those off of your character sheet.
Yeah, I'll mark myself down too.
Can we assume that we've discussed the investigation a little bit further, such as people telling us about the tattoo and all that jazz?
You should really roleplay that.
Does anyone know anything about the death? The actual death of, what's her name?
Peaches.
Peaches, that friend of mine. Did anyone see the crime scene?
No, but I saw the person dragging the body.
From the boat, yes.
You're a key witness in the case.
What about
Why are
you,
you
Blood
interested in? Why are you interested in Peachy? Says Peaches.
She's a business associate of mine.
She was a prostitute. Is your business?
And how do you know that, Bloodcurrent? Got a bit lonely recently, haven't you?
As a City Watch investigator, I know all the delinquents and debauched areas of the city.
What are you implying? Prostitution's not illegal, after all.
No, but drug dealing is.
Whoa, a strong accusation to make.
Do you have any drugs on you? I have
Why,
manacles on me.
Would you like some?
Throw you in prison.
I don't think you've got manacles that will fit my big boy wrists.
Anyway, we have more important matters.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell me about the crime scene.
She was all sewn up and covered in seashells.
What have we could say?
From the seashore.
There were puddles around, and this matches up with what our key witness, Kurak, said. We managed to trace the boat, and I have a map to, what is it?
The Island of Eels.
Island of Eels. So that will be where our evil murderer is lying low, I guess.
You know
Well-
the name of the murderer as well, or at least the name of the person who has owned that boat.
Morgath Marlu.
No.
Morg Leth. Thank you very much.
Diego Espinar
That's the one.
is our key suspect. He was the owner of the boat, or the owner of the mooring. So it was probably him. And he lives in the city, that old town Port Marine.
Do you think this scene down here has any connection with what you saw topside?
Yes, that's what I said earlier.
Oh.
Shall we investigate a bit more of the sewers?
Yes. I'm feeling quite sprightly now, after my rest.
Which way should we go?
Yeah, marching orders.
We need someone who can see in the dark, preferably.
I'll lead the way.
Well, yeah,
Go
he's
up
gone.
there.
He's gone already. Catch up, catch up.
Slow down. I can't walk very fast in all this armor.
So how far can I see?
You can see about
120
120 foot. Yeah.
Would it make sense for me to do my dancing lights cantrip?
So what does it do? It adds.
I think.
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, it can. You can do that whenever. So
Alright,
if you just click on it, it will give us a description of it.
I'm clicking on it. Oh, there you go. Or do I have to be level 3?
When you reach third level, yeah. No, wait, no. You
No.
know that that's a very fire spell.
So if you go onto your spells list, if you click spells on your character sheet,
There you go.
yeah.
4 torch-sized lights within range, making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs.
So the components here, it's vocal, somatic, which means you have to use your hands in it, and material. Do you have those material parts? Do you have like a spell components bag?
Fuck's sake.
You only need one of them.
Phosphorus,
Witchwood, or Glowworm.
No, but I've got a hooded lantern. I will just get my hooded lantern out if that's alright, everyone.
Oh, I've got a candle.
I think I picked up a torch when we first came down there as well. From memory.
Yes. Yes, we did.
Anyway, you can all follow me anyway, because I can see anyway.
Who wants a candle? I've got 10.
I think I could see in the dark as well.
Hang on, I
I
wonder if I
can
can see in
too.
the dark. Oh, I don't think I can.
I can see up to 60 foot.
As you approach this, there's a writhing, scuttering noise, and suddenly, at least 50 rats come crawling out of the sewer underneath.
Come here, my pretty.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh
Blimey.
god.
They can see you coming, Tavron.
You must have killed their mother.
16.
Where's initiative?
Top of your core character sheet. In the middle.
Yeah, enough. 9.
And initiative of these chaps. 8. Who's up first?
Me, I think. 16.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was here. Can I shoot through Tavron?
No.
Can I duck?
This is quite a narrow corridor, and he's blocking the.
Okay. I'll
You
go
can
over to here.
pass through a friendly character square though, so you can like dart around him.
I don't think my character would actively go towards rats. I don't think he necessarily sees them as a threat, just as a disgusting vermin. So I'm just going to throw my lit torch at them.
Okay. So that would be an improvised weapon.
How do you use improvised weapons?
Sometimes characters don't have their weapons to hand and attack with whatever is at hand. An improvised weapon, including any object that you can wield in one or two hands. Blah, 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 blah. So I think that you can add your proficiency bonus to this, because it says that at the DM's option, a character proficient with a weapon can use a similar object as if it were a weapon. And because you're a barbarian, you're proficient with like throwing axes, I would have thought.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that it will do 1d4 plus 1 damage to them.
And
So make a d20 attack plus your proficiency bonus.
what is my proficiency bonus? How do you find that?
It will be.
Oh, 2. Yeah. There's
Okay,
just the
so-
general one, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So 1d. So yeah, d20 plus 2 plus. I'll say it's plus your strength modifier.
Bloody hell. What, so D20 plus 2 plus 5? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. 21.
That's a hit, and then 1d4 plus 1.
Okay. Oh, did it wrong. 1d4 plus 1. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why is it not doing it?
It's /roll.
Oh yeah, why am I playing D? D4. 3.
torch lands in the middle of the rats, and there's a spark of flame as some of their fur like singes, but the horde of these rats is still writhing in front of you.
I see this. I see them still going towards us, and I back off.
Okay. Who's next?
Correct.
I am going to use. I'm going to go headfirst into it. And use flurry of blows. So I'm going to do my sword first. 16, is that a hit?
Yes.
So that's 4 damage and then 2 monk strikes. 19,
That's a hit.
6 damage. 13,
That's a hit.
3 damage.
So
So
6, 7, 8, 9.
13.
So you just watch as like dance past Taveron, goes up to the swarm of rats, slices into the swarm, like dicing like a good 10 rats in half, and then just starts wailing down with his fists, pummeling the rats into the sewer ground.
Well, I've seen everything now.
I've got such strong hands. I'm cutting their heads off with each slice with my fist.
So while there were 50 rats now, there's probably like about 10 left.
That's an amazing attack. How many times do you get to do it a day?
I can recharge a key point every half hour for a short rest.
Ah, quality.
Who's next?
Taveron.
Oh,
Can I use my dagger to stab multiple rats in the head?
You certainly can. Oh my god.
So you need to
You
be in range of it. So you need to move
Sure.
next to them. Yeah, that's a hit.
26.
So click on the dagger.
9.
Yeah. So how do you want to do it?
I want to very casually, with my back turned to the rats, just slap down on top of each of their heads with my knife. And then the final rat dies by me chucking my knife up in the air, 180 degree spinning it, and then hitting the final rat on the head with the butt of my knife.
I can just imagine you skewering them like a kebab.
and then he gobbles
So after
them.
some outrageously flashy dagger work, Taveron makes light work of the last few rats. Leaves a pile of dead rodents in the feces.
Oh, at least we've got some dinner for tonight, gentlemen.
You've done that before, haven't you, Taveron?
Some are even already cooked.
Oh, music.
Okay.
Okay. Can I check from where they came?
Yeah. Make a perception check.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's a small
6.
grate that leads down into what was presumably some kind of sewage pipe, but it's very dark and very narrow, and you can't really see much further. It twists and turns.
Okay.